The Project Zomboid devs have temporarily changed the bi-monthly Thursdoid blog posts to a once-per-month schedule. While this of course means we will hear from them less often, it also means that when we do get a blog post, it is sure to be chock full of great information about Build 42. This latest one is no exception. Today, we get a look at what the new engine upgrade can do with this 32-story building, some insight into a bunch of rat-related things, and lots more. So, starting from the top, the team tells us that the functionality for all of the new primary crafting stations is now ready. They are now working on integrating everything that they have planned for this new system. To add on to this, they announced that they have hired someone from the modding community to help out with the new crafting stuff that will be in Build 42. Their name is Soulfilcher, and currently they are helping out with the various new traits that are going to be introduced to the game before they jump into their work on crafting. Now for a look at that new 32-story building. As you can see, the new engine upgrades allow for huge skyscrapers, which means we can now do whatever this guy's doing. The engine upgrades will also be bringing basements to the game as mentioned before, and now they mention that it also has allowed them to create nicer looking and more accurate highlights and borders for selected containers and things like that. Another thing that has come from these engine upgrades is that now all of the walls and objects act like actual 3D objects, so a lot of quirky visual things will be cleaned up. They give us this video to show an example of what they mean. Before the changes, things like this cylinder passing through walls would have those walls and tiles overlapping on top of it, but now it smoothly passes through like a real wall. Next, we have a big update on rats in Project Zomboid. Rats will procedurally spawn around the world as you explore. They can be found among things like trash and corpses, and sometimes if you pay close enough attention, you will notice quote-unquote rat stories. They are keeping most of what this means a secret, but they do tell us that we can expect some gross supplies and destroyed loot. Apparently there will also be these. This is something called a Rat King crown, and I definitely recommend googling this strange real-life phenomenon if you want an interesting read. The amount of rats will increase as time goes on in the game until it reaches the maximum amount, and this feature can be tweaked in the sandbox settings. When the quote-unquote maximum rat index is reached, you will be more likely to come across rats in large groups. Of course, if our Project Zomboid worlds are now going to be infested with rats, there will also be rat poison added, which can also serve as an alternative to bleach for when you feel like broadening your taste palette. Back to talking about the new buildings and map expansion, they share two pictures with us that give us a better look at that 32-story building from earlier. We are told that buildings like this will be sprinkled throughout the map in addition to the expansion, and that they are actually planning on doing a fully fledged urban replan further in the future. For now, they want to mainly focus on the expansion and new building heights so that nothing is rushed and everything that comes out is the best quality possible. Then they show us a super cool new location from the expansion, an abandoned orphanage tucked away in the woods. Now to touch on a couple new items. As mentioned in previous news, they will be adding military webbing, which gives you more storage capacity than a fanny pack, and 2 hotbar slots used for walkie-talkies, appropriate knives, and new clip-on flashlights. Something else they are adding, which is very exciting, is SCBA gear. This stands for Self-Contained Breathing Apparatus. It will have a hotbar slot, and you will be able to attach an oxygen tank so that you will be protected from environmental hazards. This also will work the same way on the hazmat suits. Alongside this, they are now making it a vanilla feature for the other appropriate masks in the game to protect you from corpse sickness as well. You will need to change the filter on your mask, which will slowly deteriorate. You can loot for new filters, or skilled engineers can create improvised ones or recharge the old ones. To finish off our Project Zomboid news, there are a few more small things to cover. One thing that I'm sure many people will be excited about is that the game will now support 4K monitors. The next thing is holsters will be visible on your character and you can get many different colors. Also, there is a couple of new kinds including shoulder and ankle holsters which can be used to conceal a weapon. After that, they let us know that they have gathered more human grunting and effort noises from different sounding people so that our characters' voices will stand out from each other when playing the game. Finally, they add that getting drunk in Project Zomboid will have more of an impact on the player and gameplay. They've created a bunch of new animations and hint that you might come across more complications than just driving after you've had a few. Thank you all for checking out the latest news for Project Zomboid with me. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded, which is partially because of these blog posts being changed to a once per month schedule, but it also is because Raycor and I have been hard at work on the Mega Map 2.0, which should be my next upload here very soon, so be on the lookout for that.